Hi and welcome to How to Use CAD. For today's tutorial we're going to review one of our architectural projects, which was to subdivide a property in London Catford area. The property was unmodernised and the brief we were given was to create a basic set of architect drawings to see how the property might work if it was converted to flats. This lesson is an excellent opportunity to get behind the scenes and see how we chop up old properties to make modern units that adds real value for our client, as well as creating lovely modern apartments suitable for modern lifestyles. So here we are. These are existing layout plans. Those are the proposed, but let's start off by having a look at the actual property. So pretty much standard semi-detached property. A shared drive down the side, and in this case the shared drive, you drive down here, and there was a garage at the back, which is not shown at the moment, and then there was a pretty long garden. So when it comes to splitting up houses into flats, what used to happen was the planners were kind of keen to make sure that there was a bit of garden for each unit. So it would be generally front drive became a garden, etc., etc. Maybe two flats would share a drive there, but the gardens at the back, what often happened was they were sectioned off as well, with the ground floor flat getting a square like so, and then the upper flats would walk down the side, and each one would get another section of garden. And I think a lot of the time that didn't work out. People didn't bother in the upper floors. They didn't bother going down to the garden. So some of them became overgrown quite quickly. But in any case, let's look. So you come in. This is a regular house. In the front door, pretty traditional. Lovely staircase. Again, standard door going into the lounge, and these are pretty decent sized rooms, so it wasn't a little tiny semi-detached house. It's a lovely Victorian semi. Front room, dining room. As you can see, the wall is in here, so it hasn't been changed around in any way. It's just in the original format. Door straight into the kitchen. Again, this wall is still there. Hasn't been changed. A couple of French doors, side lights going to the garden, which they built a kind of a rubbish conservatory here, which certainly didn't work to serve the house. So there was a conservatory and there was a little add-on extension here, and again, the appeal of the kitchen was quite dreadful. Look at it. I mean, you can see for yourself. The sink is there, big old window. And the cooker is right up against it, and that was the layout. And of course, as you step out into the garden patio, it was about 1.5 meters, and then you drop down, and all of it was overgrown. So and the odd thing is they had just cleared the tenants out, so it was overgrown, like it hadn't been lived in for years. But the fact is, people were living there, and they had tenants, and they moved out in a hurry. Their rubbish was all over the place. The decor was pretty poor, but the main house was a lovely, gorgeous house. Upstairs, let's have a little look upstairs here. Upstairs, you come up landing. Again, you see the original format. WC, bathroom. Bedroom, another bedroom, and a little small bedroom or a little box room over the hallway. These are pretty common for this type of house. And that's your roofing for your little conservatory and extension. At least it's emphasizing. So that was the layout. Certainly nothing out of the ordinary. Roof, pretty standard. Apex to the side, and then little pitched apex roof out over the bay, which again looked lovely. But here we go. So having a look now, we look at these kind of properties and we think, okay, definitely because the rooms are large, you hit the target for minimum square meterage per unit. So ground floor, as it was, needs to be extended. So this is what we did with the ground floor. So ground floor might be helpful, in fact, if you had before and after next to each other. Well, let's just do that for a minute so that we can do a comparison. That might be helpful. So let's just grab one, pop it down here, and pop this one down so we can see generally what we've done to it instead of going back and forth. So as you can see now, the hallway, straight away we partition here. So we build partition here because this is going to take you up to the landing upstairs, and we get a we get a doorway in here. So this is the main entrance to this flat. So let's explore this particular flat. So there you go. You got a bedroom, huge bedroom there. Yeah. Again, lots of space for wardrobes, dressing table, and so on. See, we reversed the door to make it easy flowing. Again, right, this is a structural wall all along here. Takes the weight of the wall above and the roof on top of that. There should be some supports sitting on top of this. So it's we look at this as a load-bearing structural wall. It could well be a structural partition, which means timber wall but filled up with bricks and block, or brick on edge inside. Fine. So again, a little bit of storage, and here now we created little utility. Yeah, so let's bring it up a bit so we can see it properly. So we created a utility area, which is great. Little washing machine, maybe a sink, a few bits and pieces down the hallway. So we shortened, or we narrowed up this room here. We brought it in a bit. Still made a decent sized bedroom, and we left the French doors. We needed French doors. We need to get light into this room, so we create a light well here. So in other words, we don't do an extension for the whole building. We create a light well, and that's to get lots of light and air into this bedroom, which of course is necessary, and that works fine. That works absolutely fine. So back down now. So what have we got on this section of the hallway? We got a utility and a bathroom. Then we come in and we got a kitchen. Don't forget now, this is a 2-bed flat, so the kitchen doesn't have to be huge, so it's up to you really. We can stretch it out more on this side. It depends on what the at the end of the day, what the kitchen guys do or what the client wants and so on. But at the moment it had it's not too bad. What are we looking at there size wise? Looks a little small, in fact. Well, it's 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. It's about 4 meters of kitchen, which isn't bad for a 2-bed flat. But here now, the piece de la resistance, which is about 4 meters or 5 meters of bifolds. Let's see, I'm just curious. Yeah, 4.5 meters of bifolds going to the patio, and then you have a decent sized patio. So in other words, this is a lovely flat. This is an absolutely gorgeous flat. I'd have this for myself. What a bachelor, it'd be a beautiful bachelor pad, because straight in, ground floor, this is your flat. You got a couple of bedrooms, you got a lovely lounge at the back on the patio. You put a canopy over here, it's even better, yeah. So that's a gorgeous flat, 2-bedroom. So right, let's have a look at the next one, next floor, and see how that worked out. Always loved doing the conversion. It's a little bit challenging, but after a while, as you get older, you realize that certain houses have certain formats that work best, and you apply them over and over. So here now, as you can see, we up the stairs to unit 2. So This is coming up the stairs, so you're exiting onto the landing here. You've got this is going to be the first floor flat 2, and this one is another door here which takes you back around as we go up into the loft. This one will take you up into the loft floor. Well, let's have a look at flat 2, and as you can see again, we've managed to get 2 bedrooms out of it. Bedroom 1, and we're emphasizing we've got a bed in there. It's a double bed, 1290. So again, it's unlike the box room that was there before. Say this is the bedroom here. What we've done is we've eaten in a little bit into the master bedroom or a main bedroom, because these rooms are quite big. So you've got a decent looking bay, decent double bed. You got some storage. These are terrific bedrooms. And if we go back down, the bathroom a little bit big, but we're making the best use of the space. And as we head for the back, that's an amazing size for a family room with a kitchen. And here now we've gone out a little bit over the extension. So if this was the extension for the ground floor, now here we have a little roof terrace, which is about 15 square meters. Now the roof terrace here would look fantastic, and again, oops, where are we gone? The roof terrace here would look fantastic, and again we've got 4.5 meters of doors, and let's just get an idea of the size here. This particular room, 6 meter room. See, this is maximum, because I mean I don't think it. It's kind of hard to imagine the sizing, so I'm putting a few measurements in. You've got 5 meters across, it's like 15, 16 foot, and here you're nearly 18 foot. Sorry, this one, you got nearly, wow, it's about 17, 18 foot across, 5.8 meters, and again 4.9 going down, this is about 16, so really is a great size. And the roof terrace, again, you see, super duper, especially all summer, yeah, with the doors open there. So you really got a great apartment there, lovely 2-bedroom. And the transformation isn't that much. There's a bit of structural here because this wall had to come out. But again, it is what it is. A very tall ceiling, so you can get your steel in all the way across as necessary, and then put a false ceiling on it. In any case, you're going to have to put possibly false ceilings on all of it, simply because of to meet the sound tests that you need to apply between the units. Okay, so let's have a look. Top floor, attic. So, oops, I don't want to take that. I want to take a copy. So when we finished kind of going through it. So, as you can see now, we've got 2 2-bedroom flats. So let's see what we managed to get out of upstairs. So upstairs, here we go. So follow the staircase. We're going up here. So we're going to come out more or less like on the first floor. So we've come out, and this time we're a little bit more compact. So we've got a shower room at the front, again over the old box room. And bear in mind, that's the front wall here. So let me just take these down so that we're lining up. Yeah, so we have an indication. So obviously the roof is sloping. Roof is sloping up. So this is going to be eaves, and used for storage only. So at some point there, you might get a couple of doors in, or little doors into the dwarf walls. So we tend, when we're designing this, putting a loft in, we come in about 1 meter from the main wall, and if we build a stud partition there, tends to be about 1 meter high, so you end up with this kind of thing going on. So that's your floor. Let me just knock off ortho. Let's assume that's your angle. So what we do is just emphasizing here. So that's your wall, which is about normal house about 290 tab 290. So that's your wall, and what we tend to do then is we come in about a meter from there, tab 1, and then we build a partition wall here, tab, what are we doing, 130, and roof would be tab minus 150. So let's just clean this up to give you a better example. You can see I've got most of my modified tools in my drop down here. No, I don't want to use modify. I want to use, what are we doing? We're using trim. There we go, that'll do it. And then back to, say, Tom, why do you bother? I'm just emphasizing. Yeah, so again, another tool for here, best tool would be then do a line down. There you go. So yeah, this becomes the storage space. I'm getting carried away now. This becomes the storage space, and then you get a Velux window in around here, and then across. Eventually, when you get your heights right, you're doing your roof, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you understand the eaves and how we use it for storage and why we come in, because this is dead space really, so it's ideal for storage but nothing else. So as you can see, we don't come the whole way out. Okay, so you got your shower room, you got a decent sized bedroom, and then you go in at the back, and what we did on this one is glass all the way across, so that would probably be glazed floor to ceiling panels. If we wanted to, we could have two opening in or sliding and then get a Juliet outside or a balustrade. Again, this was the simple version for the client, but what we ended up with then was a 2-bedroom, a 2-bedroom and a 1. So what you have to look at now is the cost, meaning you have to look at resale value as one particular house, and then you have to look at the resale value of 3 units, and then you look at the cost of the conversion, and hopefully there's 100,000 or so difference that's going to go in your pocket if you're the developer or if you're the owner of the property. The sad fact here now is that whilst we've done, well, I'd say thousands of these conversion projects over the last 20, 25, 30 years, this particular project is an absolute no-no now, because over 50% of properties in most of the London boroughs have already been converted into flats, as in normal houses in normal streets, large houses. And at the moment now they have a policy which means that houses, family homes, beautiful family homes, or homes that are suitable for families, they won't give planning to convert a family home like this into flats. And because basically there's a shortage of these type of houses, and with some families what they're doing now is they're buying up the flats on a particular house. They buy a flat and then they buy the next one, then they buy the third one, and then they convert it back into a family home. So there's a kind of a reversal in trend that's happening now, simply because there's a shortage of good quality family homes in London. So it was a study done for the client. He wanted to find out, but whilst we were doing the study and done a quick layout of what might have been, we also did legwork to determine whether they were likely to get planning. So it's a feasibility study, and the client got the bad news that, you know, he wouldn't be getting 100,000 or making a few quid on this particular project because it's a no-go, and we don't have to do a pre-application with the council or whatever. All you got to do is read the zoning policies and find out about what their attitude is towards flats. Now, it is possible to do flats, of course, and some of the buildings can be turned into flats, but these buildings have to have something wrong with them in that they don't make decent residential property. Maybe they're sited next to something industrial, maybe they're pretty noisy. There'd have to be some reason why they wouldn't make great family homes, and if that's the case, then you might be able to get planning done. At the moment now, because there is a demand for smaller housing, smaller units, but they seem to be getting them from, you know, over shops, awkward buildings that don't make family homes. That's really where they're getting all the small units for. And of course they are building more and more little blocks of flats all over the place. So right, that's as much as I can tell you on this particular project. 3 flats out of 1 home, and this is, as I say, you're not going to get, in most London councils especially, you're not going to get planning for this. But again, you see, you might do in other parts of the country or in other cities, you may well do. So it's still I think a reasonably solid conversion topic to teach you as a designer, to show you how we can carve up old houses, old properties such as this one into three more units. And you can do the numbers, you know, you work out what the costs of the property are, you work out what the resale values are, and then you assign a budget for the refurb or for the conversion, and the balance is yours if you can do it. And I've done loads of these, so I do know what I'm talking about. Right. Thank you very much for joining us on this tutorial. We haven't really demonstrated any AutoCAD or TurboCAD tools, but sometimes I think you get the message. This is a big thing. We have to look at the bigger picture here, which means you're learning a different sort of architectural skills, which is to be able to look at a property and make determinations quite quickly as to whether it is likely to be able to, whether the client is likely to be able to achieve a goal. And in this case, 2 beds and a 1 bed is a lovely result, but not in London where this property is based. All right, hope you enjoyed the tutorial and the information provided. If you got a comment, please feel free, just leave a comment. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe and get notified when we post more videos. Thank you very much for joining me. See you on the next video.